You're listening to another episode of Last Night's Coffee with Chuck and John.
All right, I'm fixing to do the intro. Let me tell you something, brother. It's Last Night's Coffee, episode 154. 154. I'm Chuck, and that's John, the world's youngest Gen Xer.
That's me.
We are wide open today. We've got a lot to talk about. Things are happening. I bet daggum Alex Jones is about to have an aneurysm right now.
Yeah, I'm sure. I'm sure he is. But honestly, Chucker, anybody with two eyes saw this coming. The most surprising thing is it took so long.
Right.
But let's wait. We'll let that simmer. We know this is going to be a politically driven show.
Very.
Unless you've been living under a rock, then we don't talk about politics much here on Last Night's Coffee. But it's kind of what we have to talk about right now.
It's so big right now you can't avoid it.
No.
And I think that's what they were going after because people were starting to get burned out on it, you know? So they're like, well, we got to kick it back up so they can't avoid it. But anyway, man, this weekend, I feel like I had 3 days in a 2-day weekend.
Why?
Because I come home, I slept for 2 hours, got up, went fishing, come back home, slept for 2 hours, and got up and went and watched Twister.
Oh, dude. Okay, so first things first. Good day on the lake?
Yeah, for me it was. I was catching brim.
Heck yeah. You wearing them out?
I wore out the little ones. I only caught one big enough that I could have said I could eat this one, but I didn't.
Yeah, that's all right. That's all right. Wearing them out is fun. I don't care how big they are.
Yeah, you just like cast fish. Awesome.
Yeah.
Twister, I don't want to spoil anything, but you got to go see it.
Okay.
You need to go see it in a movie theater. I wish I'd gone and seen it in IMAX. And then I found out that they're showing it in 4D theaters.
Whoa.
That shake and all that stuff.
Whoa.
Yeah.
So, I don't spoil anything for me, of course, but like, I highly regard the 1995 Twister.
Okay.
How does it compare? Like the original one, it had such a killer cast. It had Bill Paxton, Helen Hunt, Philip Seymour Hoffman. Like it had awesome actors.
Okay. So it's awesome. It's got good actors in it. I think it's a better done movie.
Really?
Yes.
Okay.
And I just finished watching the first Twister today. I started watching it over the weekend, and I got to thinking, what's Philip Seymour Hoffman's character in that movie?
The rabbit is cool. The rabbit is wise.
Yeah. I think that whole story, without saying it, is told through his eyes. Because it's so freaking wild.
The whole movie is wild.
The whole movie's wild. So it's like him telling somebody this story. And they talk about, when they're at the dinner table, they talk about enough with the old stories, you know.
Yeah. Yeah.
So I think I was thinking that at the end of the movie, I'm like, this whole thing is told through his eyes.
Because the whole thing is just wide open.
Yeah. Yeah, you're only seeing the craziness.
Yeah.
Like you're not seeing the sitting around or any of that. You're just seeing the craziness.
Right. That was such a good movie, man. I really like that movie.
Yeah, it was good because okay, so the reason I say it like that is why else would he had just grabbed dude's girlfriend by the hand and start leading her around when they first met?
Yeah, that's true.
Because he's telling the story.
That's true.
Just
there's little indications in there.
Yeah, just a fan theory on the first one. Go back and watch it and see what y'all think. Let me know.
Yeah, I like it, man. I like that idea. It's like a bar story from him.
Yeah. The whole yeah. So
that's pretty cool. Well, I'm glad you enjoyed Twister, man.
I did. It was so much fun. I'm gonna say it's better than the original.
Wow. Wow.
And it's a
That's
standalone movie.
saying a
You
lot.
can watch it without having watched the original. Some of the, I don't want to say corniness of the original is not
Mhm.
there because it's still kind of corny, but it's just it feels like the technology in this one in 30 years will still be relatable
Mhm.
to where the technology in that one 30 years ago, they got freaking basically computers working on cell systems and
Yeah.
satellite systems, and it's like,
Yes.
nah, we didn't really have that in the 90s
Yeah.
to that extent to where everybody had it.
Right.
So anyway, we got to keep on moving, man.
I
What you
know.
do
I know.
this weekend?
Um.
You're on vacation.
Yeah. I started vacation this weekend. My little boy Liam had his first football training type practice. Summer practice type
Mm-hmm.
scenario. He's headed into 7th grade, so we did that this morning. Me and him went up to the middle school this morning.
Was he
Did
wore out?
that. He was pretty wore out after that, but we took him straight up to Six Flags, man, and we've been at Six Flags today. So we're doing a later show than normal, folks.
Yep.
Not that you'll ever know. But yeah, we're rolling with it, man. We're rolling with the punches. I'm enjoying vacation. That's what I'm trying to do.
Yeah, I'm a little bit more awake, so
Yeah,
a little bit more into it.
that's
Maybe.
cool, man.
Well, good. I'm glad you're on vacation.
Yeah.
So you want to just jump into the final night of the RNC?
Yes, I do.
Just do a
Let's
quick
get right into
review.
politics, man.
All right. So you had Kid Rock sang, Lee
Yep.
Greenwood sang, Trump gave an hour and a half long speech,
Way too long.
and Hulk Hogan showed up. Brother.
Yeah. Yeah. Hogan was there. He spoke. Dana White was there. He
Dana
spoke. He
White.
introduced Trump.
Did Tucker speak Thursday night?
Not Thursday night.
Not Thursday night. Okay.
I don't
I
think
know
so.
Tucker
Not
was there.
not when I had tuned in, at least.
Hulk Hogan stole the show.
Of course. Of course he did.
He still got the stage presence that he has always had,
Yes.
and it was wonderful.
Man, you asked me that night if I thought he was reading off a teleprompter. I really hope he wasn't.
I don't. The reason, and if you go back and, I don't think Tucker talked on a teleprompter. I think he just got out there and freeballed it. So I'm pretty sure that Hulk Hogan did too.
If he did that free ball, that's amazing. I mean, I'm sure he
Dana?
probably thought of a few things
Yeah.
that he wanted to hit on, but yeah, Hogan did great. I was fired up after listening to that.
Well, all you got to do with those wrestlers is say, okay, this is the things you need to hit.
Yeah,
Go out there
they're
and do your
used to
thing.
running through
They're
the
used to
line.
running it like that.
Yeah, that's true.
I'm pretty sure Dana was on a teleprompter.
I wouldn't doubt it. I wouldn't doubt it for him.
He looked nervous as crap.
He's always screaming and red, so I don't really know.
Yeah, he just looked nervous compared to some of the other stuff I've seen. Where he just had like, oh, this is big. This counts,
Yeah, yeah,
Probably
it's
nervous
a,
that they
it's
were
a
going.
big deal. What
Probably.
did you think about that last final night of the RNC? Like all grand total, the whole sum of the night. What did you think?
America, we're back, baby. I, there's things that you can disagree with both sides, but the biggest thing that makes me want to vote for that side is they feel like you feel like when you watch them, they want America to be strong.
Mm-hmm.
They want to be winners.
Mm-hmm.
There's winners and there's losers. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
In a world for the world to have peace, there has to be a winner that says, okay, we're the baddest dog on the block. Everybody else chill out.
Mm-hmm.
You're not going to get that leading from behind like Obama used to want to do.
Sure.
I don't really care if these other countries don't get propped up. You know, I don't care if China ain't got what we got. I don't care if the other ones. I mean, we were lucky. Excuse me. We were lucky enough to be born here.
Sure.
But that don't mean we had to give it all away and give up. Now, if we can give stuff away and maintain what we got,
Mm-hmm.
there's balance to be found. But at one point, if you don't build it back up, there ain't going to be nothing to give away.
Sure. Sure. I agree with you. I think we haven't done a good job of keeping our side of the street clean, right? We haven't done a.
Right.
It's one thing to help your neighbor when you're all cleaned up, right? Like you keep your side of the street clean first, and then
if your neighbor, if y'all are cleaning up the disaster together, that's cool too. But man, it seems like the way it works out is everybody, America does good, and everybody wants a piece of it for free.
sure, that's the way it
And
seems.
and I ain't saying that like there's some places that legitimately need help, but to just give money away to like Ukraine,
Sure.
while our 25-year-olds over here can't buy a house like our parents did,
Right.
their 25-year-olds over there are partying and having a good time on our dime.
Yeah.
There's videos of it. They're going to raves and stuff. It's like y'all are supposed to be in the middle of a war and y'all are at a doggone outdoor music festival.
It's kind of weird.
So, yeah, that's not balance.
No.
That's what I'm talking about. I'm not saying like there's people that don't need to be helped. Yeah, there's little countries and but there's also people here that need to be helped.
Yes.
Let's raise a rising tide raises all ships. So if we can raise our tide,
Mm-hmm.
all the ships are coming up with us.
That's right.
So,
That's right. I agree
but
with you, man.
I did watch the Kill Tony with Trump versus Biden on it, and it was so funny.
Yeah.
Shane Gillis does the best Trump that has ever been done.
Yeah. And while he kind of slipped up a little bit, overall, he played the character very well.
I was thinking about how long. I mean, that's what, a 2-hour show
Two
after
and
it
a
was
half hour
edited.
show almost. I think
Yeah,
it was 2 hours, 20 minutes after it was
and he
edited.
had to stay in that Trump mindset the whole time. It could change him. He could get stuck.
Yo, Adam Ray did a perfect Biden face.
Yeah, I can't do it.
That stupid grin where he
you know the thing. But
it was
yeah,
great,
ice
man.
cream.
Yeah. Shane Gillis's Trump was spectacular, and Adam Ray's Biden was spot on. I love the whole thing. One thing I found really cool and interesting, actually, was that Tony seemed to be able to relax, and not relax, but like kind of sit back a little bit and enjoy the show.
Yeah, he was a member of the audience, just like you were.
Right. Whereas normally every other show I've ever watched, he's like front and center. He's got the show moving in a certain direction. Like everything is boom, boom, boom. He's the head honcho. This one, he just kind of enjoyed the show, man. It was really, really cool.
Yeah, I enjoyed it. The comedians were good. Yeah, it's a good one. Go check that out on YouTube.
Do you like that Casey Rocket guy
Which
down
one's
there in
that?
Austin?
Which
Casey
one's that?
Rocket is the guy. Casey Rocket is the one with the long hair that comes out, and he's like super high energy on stage. He always pulls out harmonicas.
Oh, he's kind of weird.
Very weird. What do you think about that?
Redheaded,
Yes.
and it's kind of sliding off the back.
Yeah, and it's
Yeah.
curly hair everywhere. Yeah. It's not no. You might be thinking of William Montgomery. My bad.
Yeah, he's the one that's always got notes.
Yes, William Montgomery has the notes.
Yeah.
Casey Rocket has curly hair. He's super awesome. I recommend I recommend it. It's a different type of comedy, but the guy is slam full of energy.
Okay.
It's an interesting show.
I had to check him out.
Yeah.
Now let's talk about the elephant in the room, because all that was good fun, but now apparently Biden has taken his hat out of the race,
Mm-hmm.
and now we have Kamala Harris.
Well, do we?
Supposedly today
we?
we do. Today we do. It's TBD.
No one's been nominated. No one has the nomination yet.
Right.
Right?
And they won't till the actual DNC.
That's right.
So I've been hearing some names that could be her possible running mate. Romney. I mean, why not? He already hangs out with Democrats anyway.
Makes no sense, though. No way he does that.
He's a Mormon. He can't be trusted.
Yeah, very true. I can't see Mitt Romney doing it. Look,
and you know what makes him worse is he's one of those Mormons that says, "I'm a Christian too." No, you're not, dude.
Yeah, no, you're not.
No,
you're not.
It's not the same ball game.
No,
you're freaking American League and we're National League.
Right.
You ain't the same thing. Y'all got designated hitters and stuff like that. We don't. It's one dude.
Yeah, totally different thing, man. Totally different. Look, here's the rundown of the possible VP candidates I see, right? Like, that are politicians.
Mm-hmm.
There's Whitmer,
Mm-hmm.
right? Gretchen Whitmer,
Mm-hmm.
I think is her name. The governor of Michigan. Gavin Newsom,
Mm-hmm.
governor of California. That Shapiro dude, I don't know much about him, out of Pennsylvania, swing state.
Yeah.
I mean, what other politicians could you see?
That congressman that had been siding a lot on the Republican side of things.
Tulsi?
No, is a Manchin.
Oh, Joe Manchin out of West
Joe
Virginia.
Manchin.
Yeah, I can see that. That's a potential. That's also another one. Okay. But he's very close to the center. He's much closer to the center, right?
Yeah,
so,
I think, but I don't, he's trying to put his name out there, but I don't think that's what they want.
I agree with a podcast that we listen to a lot, in that if Kamala actually does win the nomination, right? If Kamala Harris does get the Democratic nomination, I think that's the Democrats punting. I think that's them falling on the sword. That's them knowing they're going to lose.
Yeah, they only got 4 years. They can put up with 4 years and then get back to doing their dirty work.
Right. And that whole 4 years, you better believe they're going to be grooming. I say Gavin Newsom. I know that's not very inclusive of me because he's a white male, but I think he's such a good talker. I think he stands the best chance at election. Now, the bad thing for him is, of course, his body of work. Being a good talker is not everything. His body of work is awful. Just look at the state of California.
Name a Democrat that's got a great body of work. From a conservative to middle person. Look, a conservative middle person looking at the Democrats.
Yes.
Give me one that's got a good body of work.
Well, I don't. You got me there, man. I don't know. Joe Manchin, maybe. I don't know his body of work. And I don't know much about Shapiro. But, I mean, if you look at Kamala's body of work, that's how she got kicked out of the 2016, was it, race, or 2020 race, whenever Tulsi ran against her, and just in 60 seconds, Tulsi Gabbard dismantled Kamala Harris. I mean, we all, hopefully, how bad of a DA Kamala
Yeah.
Harris was, and
Keeping
how
people in
many
jail.
people she put behind bars.
Yeah,
I
she was
really hope people have done some homework on her.
well, that was different times, John.
No, that's not different times. She laughed about
No,
putting
that was,
people behind
that was
bars.
different
She
times.
laughed when they asked her if she had done the drugs that she's put people behind bars for. She laughed.
Yeah. She's a piece of junk politician. She's a car
Man,
salesman politician.
get out of here. That just goes to show you don't believe in what you're doing.
Right. Well, they don't have a moral compass, so they can do whatever
True.
they want to.
True.
Which I don't think
True.
honestly, I don't think you can be a politician and be right with God
At that level, I don't
at
either.
any level.
I think at some levels you can, but you're not going to stay that way if you stay in politics.
If you keep moving up.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Like the higher you go, I feel like that's just the more and more skeletons that means you've got in your closet. That's the way I kind of feel about it. It feels icky the higher they go.
I mean, to play politics, you got to lie to people anyway. It don't matter. It's part of it. That's part of it. Playing the game, and I don't see how somebody can sit down and say, "Yeah, I'm right with everything," and then turn around and purposely lie to this group of people that they're going to do this for you. So I don't think any of them claim what they are.
Sure.
And if they do, they're not very successful.
Well, you got that right. Well, hey, let me ask you a question then. Let's kind of go off the rails a little bit. Let's say Kamala doesn't get the nomination. Who would they nominate in place of her? And I know there are some technical details where that may not be able to happen, right? There may be some deadlines that have passed.
Yeah,
Okay, whatever. Let's just play guess who.
And it's kind of odd that these states have these deadlines when they know that the conventions don't happen until late in the year.
Right. It's really odd.
That's kind of backwards. But again, one name that comes to mind is Romney, just because he's a backstabbing piece of junk.
You really think he'd run? What is this? 12 years later?
I think so, because I don't think he cares about
in the opposite party.
I don't think he cares how he looks. He just wants the power. He's just in there for the power. He's not in there for anybody good. None of them are in there for anybody good.
Again, yeah, like we just talked about.
Heck, you could pick any number of Republicans that don't have the never Trumper crowd and just plug them in there. They'd love to run against him.
That's true.
So Romney would be one. Hillary's not going to be one.
No, she's not electable anymore.
I know who they should run. They should run, what's her name from Georgia? The governor.
Stacey Abrams.
They should run her. I mean, she's already got, she's been a governor for 3 terms now?
Something like that. It seems
she saved
like
us all from the COVID. She's made Georgia just a great place to live. I think that's the 4:30 alarm. That means I better.
That's right.
That means I got to wake up from a nap. If I had taken one. She, Georgia, it ain't even raining today in Georgia because of her.
That's true, man.
We had rain all weekend, and when you got to get back to work and be productive, she turned the rain off. So let's put Stacey Abrams out there.
Thank you, Stacey. Thanks for turning the rain off. Thanks for letting me go to Six Flags for a while.
Yeah, she had the crowds lowered for you because she knew you was on vacation.
I know. We double rode every ride we went on for the first 3 or 4 rides.
Dude, that's the best. That's the best thing about the season passes is because there's going to be days you show up and you're like, this is awesome.
Oh, yeah. It was
you
one
wouldn't
of
have
those
thought
days.
to go that day if you didn't have the season pass.
Right. Right.
But you're like, well, I guess we ain't got nothing. Let's go try it.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
Thank you, Stacy.
are y'all learning any tips and tricks for Six Flags?
Yep. Yep. So my one tip that really worked well for us today, go straight to the back of the park.
Work your way out.
Don't get caught up in all of those coasters right at the front and wanting to do them as you get to the back. No.
Yep.
I know it's a hike, but get to the back of the park. No one is back there.
Right.
Go to the Superman, because we got there at opening. So this is if you're getting there at opening. Everybody kind of gets caught up in kind of clustered right in Gotham City and stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
Go all the way to the back. We actually went to the right and went up by the mine train and all that.
That's the best route.
And got up and dropped our youngest off at like the little kids station with Catherine. And then me and the boys hiked on up to Superman. But yeah, it was a great time, man.
Good deal.
Yeah.
That's Life Hacks with John. Let's take a
And
record.
apparently I owe a big thank you to Stacey Abrams. So I just want to make sure I keep thanking her. She's been a great governor, and
Great governor. Probably one of the best governors we ever had.
I came in here, I said, wow, what a great governor.
You know who else they could run? Jimmy. He's still got 4 years of eligibility left.
Of course. We brought it up a few weeks back. Carter 2024. Go to the website, carter2024.com. Great website. Jimmy might be their only hope.
Help us only be one. Your only hope.
Now, okay. Let's be real. If Kamala does get the nomination, because she's got all this money too already stacked up, right? So it's kind of like they're strong-armed into sending her out there. Let's say she does get the nomination. What if she pulls like some celebrity VP?
Oh, like Beyonce?
Yes, Beyonce. That's a good one. Yeah. What if she pulled like a Beyonce or like a Jay-Z? Like not even Beyonce. What if she made the power move and went for the husband?
Jay-Z. Young.
Would that excite young voters everywhere?
I don't know, because I don't think a lot of young voters know who Jay-Z is.
Well, good point. Good point. What about Snoop Dogg? What if they threw Snoop on the ticket?
Snoop Dogg on the ticket would be awesome. That'd be tough not to vote for. They could put
Wesley Snipes.
Is he liberal?
I don't know. I have no idea. I'm just throwing names out there.
I don't know, man.
Tom Cruise. What if the Scientologist himself, Tom Cruise, ran?
Tom Cruise. They should run Tom Cruise.
What if he was her VP?
That could be neat. Do you hear that engine?
No.
Oh, okay. The people will hear it on the podcast.
Oh, okay.
They got earbuds in. But it's like, like a dirt bike going down a dirt road.
Oh.
They had me where I can't. Let's see, who else? Man, I don't know. Jack Black.
Jack Black.
Yeah.
He's been a little caught up in some controversy here lately.
Yeah.
Well, not him. It was his cohort, right? And Tenacious D.
I think it was both of them together.
Oh.
Yeah, they were on stage together, so. Credit.
Yeah. Well. So what do you Huh?
Mark Hamill.
Mark Hamill is a good one.
He could use the force.
We all know Big Mike isn't going to do it, because if Big Mike does it, he'll get exposed.
I think there's some things going on right now. There's a big power struggle going on in the Democrats. I was thinking about this today. We think that Obama's been running the show behind our backs with Joe. He's been a puppet.
I don't believe that.
You don't believe that?
I don't. No. But go
and
on.
that he's still running the the Democrats, pretty much running the Democrats, whatever he wants. But
Hmm.
what I've been hearing is that Hillary might have been involved in this with Joe's letter, and that they didn't know, but 15 minutes before the Twitter was going to drop, that he was going out. His staff didn't.
No way.
Yeah. So there's a power vacuum there, and I think Camilla's trying to get out from under the thumb of these people and kind of create her own path,
Hmm.
her own way, and that's why they and he wasn't supposed to come out and endorse her right away either.
Well, he did.
Yeah, and the only and the all 50 state delegates have already endorsed her. The and the only one that hasn't yet has been Obama. So that's kind of looking at
But
like,
he's not.
huh?
He's not a vote. Like he's not an electoral
No, but
vote.
you still need to get the endorsement. You need to get his people behind. They want him
His
behind
people.
him and his people.
That's why I don't necessarily think Obama has been behind all. I don't think he's been pulling Joe's strings. I really don't. I don't think he's been pulling the strings of the Democratic Party. Now maybe I'm just naive, but I don't think he's been doing that. I think he tries to use his sway and his influence
Okay.
from being a quote unquote good president
Yeah,
by endorsing or not endorsing or maybe voicing opinions. But I mean, I don't think that he's in Biden's ear all the time, every day, telling him his marching orders. I just don't see it.
I don't. I kind of I have some feelings about that too in that same direction because it Obama wasn't a great president, but he wasn't nothing like the way Biden's doing things.
No, no.
I mean, you know,
Uh-uh.
I mean, at least he could get along. He kind of got along with a lot of the left and right.
Obama,
Yeah.
he
I mean,
tried.
he was more of a centrist. He was closer to center than anybody they've had in a long time.
Anybody they've had in a long time, yes. He still pushed the box, of course, because they're progressives. That's what they supposedly do. Is push
And
the
Joe's
box.
been most of his career he was a centrist.
Most of his career until it was cool to not be.
Yeah, till it paid the bills, whatever pays the bills. That's what I'm talking about. That's what I'm
Right.
saying. There, you cannot. Just politicians in general are bad people.
That just gave me the best idea.
Okay.
We forgot all about him.
Who?
Bernie. Bernie's
As
been the most consistent person in the Democratic Party for 50 straight years.
Yeah, but it's still Bernie.
It's still Bernie, but didn't he make a whole lot of noise in 2016? That was only 8 years ago.
They brought that up on Drinking Bros last night about Bernie, and Dan said no.
I mean, I'm not saying they would, but
Yeah. And
I'm just saying if you want to look for somebody who shows some consistency, that guy does.
and Dan Holloway's been on it here lately.
That's true. He's been making a lot of right calls.
He's got some good sources. Whatever his sources are, they're pretty good.
Yeah.
You want to take a break right quick and then come back and we'll talk about some things and then
Yes.
wrap
Yes.
it on up.
Thanks for sticking with us through this ad break, guys. I'm here to tell you about one of our sponsors, Eileen Ayers with Bush Realty. You can check her out at movingcoweta.com for all of your real estate needs in the metro Atlanta area. That's movingcoweta.com. Eileen Ayers with Bush Realty. Now back to the show.
All right, and we're back. So the last day of the Republican National Convention was very, very electric.
Yes.
Now, how does the DNC top it? Because they've got about a month to go, okay, we saw what they did. I mean, do they trance out a bunch of trannies? Are they going to have RuPaul out there doing her its thing.
No. If
No.
I'm the DNC, if I have any say so in it whatsoever, I look at what the RNC was. The Republican National Convention oozed testosterone.
Yeah, which they're
It
scared of.
it screamed testosterone. So what I do is I kind of go in the opposite direction and I pull on heartstrings, right?
Okay.
You're not going to outdo the fireworks of the RNC.
No, you
What
can't
you've got to
out.
do is bring it down and make it mellow and somber and solemn. Pull on some heartstrings. Say, hey, we're the caring party. We're the giving party. You know what I'm saying? If I have any say so.
You are the giving party. They giving all your money away. Okay, so who do they bring in?
That's a good question. Like as speakers?
No, entertainment.
Oh, as entertainment. Ooh.
We had Kid Rock. Who do they bring in?
The DNC is gonna
RNC.
bring in. Oh man,
That was a good ding.
sorry, dude.
High quality ding.
Sorry, guys. I thought I silenced my phone. I guess not.
We're professionals.
I promise. I don't know who they're gonna. Jay-Z and Beyonce. Ooh, they only go if Obama endorses Kamala, right? Because I think they were at the DNC when Obama was nominated,
so.
right? So maybe Eminem. No. Who you think? Who do you think is
Taylor
going to
Swift.
play at the DNC?
Taylor Swift will play the last day of their convention. And let me tell you why.
Whoa.
She is on tour that week in London. Okay, or over there. But on the 22nd, I think it's the last day of their convention, she does not have a concert scheduled.
That can be a travel day. Okay.
It could be a travel day for the crew, but she's got a jet. What's to keep her from hopping on her jet, pulling a freaking Dana White, coming in, singing a song, and leaving?
That's
It's
true.
not that hard for her.
It's not that hard for her. One song, too. We're not talking about
Not a whole set,
full-on
just one
production.
song.
Yeah. She could do that.
Yeah. Or if they need
She
to
could
try,
do that. Who do you think would unite us? Like, who could the DNC bring in where you're like, oh, I want to watch that?
Luke Combs.
Luke Combs, you'd want to watch that? Do you think he'd play at it?
He's a Democrat.
He would. He's young enough in his career. He'd play at
Young
it.
and he's liberal.
Oh, really?
Yeah. I mean,
Well, there you go.
He's a good artist, but I try to separate art from politics most of the time. Because
Sure.
if I didn't, there wouldn't be nothing to listen to on the radio.
You're absolutely right. Most of your artists are liberals.
And it's because they don't really work.
Yeah, that concept of work is out of the question for an artist. Like,
And there's so much money there that, yeah, go ahead, raise somebody's taxes.
sure.
You know, raise taxes on the middle class. It don't affect me. Raise taxes on the rich people. It really don't affect me because I'm making so much I can overcome it.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
he and I don't know if he leans liberal because of some of the corporate sponsors he's got, like Columbia or whatever.
Maybe.
But I think if they're trying to go after the feel good like you're talking about, I think Taylor would be a good choice or a big probability. And now if they're going, look, we're good old boys too. We're caring, but we're macho too. If they try to match energies, they're going to have to go with somebody like Luke Combs.
I hope they don't try to do. I mean, for their own sake, I don't really care what they do. Honestly, I don't care what either party does.
Of course, they might get Bruce Springsteen. Who knows? But being that
so
if it's Camilla, if it's Camilla, I don't see her sitting around listening to Luke Combs. I see her sitting around listening to Taylor.
What about U2? Do they, old faithful U2, come through for the Democratic Party?
It does scream worldly, don't it? Even though U2 physically, they're kind of conservative people.
Yes, I think
Not-
individually they. Well, Bono is out there, but
He's out there, but he's also like, he's different. He's on a different plane of
Yeah.
existence.
yes,
The reason he's like, you know how Elon used to be a Democrat,
yeah,
but now he's kind of a Republican because he's just kind of, he's got his focus on his one thing, and that's doing his thing.
yeah,
And whichever party allows him to do his thing most effectively is the one he goes with.
right,
I think that's
right,
how Bono is. Bono is trying to help. He says he's trying to help people,
yeah,
and I think he looks at liberal governments as, well, maybe we can get some of their money channeled our way.
sure. That's a decent
Why he's
perspective.
liberal. But like,
Yeah.
I think he's kind of a conservative person in his
Mhm.
actual everyday beliefs.
Sure,
I could be totally wrong.
we both could be.
You're just mad because they put that song on your phone.
I'm still mad about it. I still don't celebrate their entire catalog.
You just celebrate everything but that album they put on your phone.
No, I like a couple of their older stuff, their older songs, like Bullet and Blue Sky and stuff like that. But I'm not
It's a beautiful
by
day.
any stretch of the imagination, I am not a U2 fan.
It's a Beautiful Day is a wonderful song.
That's a cool song, right?
It makes you
feel
feel
good, right? Right.
Um,
Now, okay, so that's our predictions on the. Is that all of our predictions on the
I think
musicians?
so. That's all I got. Just thinking what they can do to compete, because I think they're all competing for the white middle vote.
Mm-hmm. I think they are too.
Is who they're, it used to be the soccer moms,
Yeah.
but I think it's that white middle person. And if look, I heard a statistic the other day, and it was freaking retarded. If you are if you are a hunter and you carry a hunter's license or a fishing license and you're not registered to vote, you're stupid.
Yeah. Yeah.
I mean, it's like in the millions across the country.
Yes.
Go vote, man.
Hunters have to
Go
vote.
vote.
Yes.
I mean, I know, and you know what most of them say why they don't register? Because I don't want jury duty.
Oh,
It's
gosh.
not like you're going to have it every day.
No.
And by golly, when you do have it, it's pretty freaking interesting.
Yeah, you and I have both had it, and it's not that bad.
It's one of the most interesting things ever.
It's not that fun.
It's not fun, but like if you don't work an office job, like we don't work an office job.
Right. Not at all.
At all. And you have to go to jury duty, and you're like sitting in there, and it's like, wow, there's people that do this every day for a living.
Right.
And this is interesting. And then you get to sit there and watch people argue.
Yeah. The whole idea of working in a climate controlled facility, whenever I'm at work, that idea is just so foreign to me.
Yeah.
It's hard to imagine a job where I'm like comfortable physically all the time. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, it is. Well, you got a conspiracy for me?
I do, but I wanted to ask you one last question about the DNC.
Okay.
Who's going to be their version of Hogan?
Swifty's boyfriend.
Who?
Taylor Swift's boyfriend.
Oh, Travis Kelce's going to come out there?
I think Travis Kelce is going to show up and do his thing.
Man, you think they're going to be the big push, huh?
Yeah, they're like Beyonce and Jay-Z was during Obama.
That's true. That's a good point. The first time Obama was elected was 12 years ago, right?
No, it was 2008. It was 15 years ago.
Okay. Oh my gosh. Jeez Louise.
It was
Where's time?
Charlie's birthday was election day, 2008.
Okay. Wow.
It was a
So,
rough day.
wow, that just threw me for a loop. That's crazy. So yeah, I agree. I agree that that's probably the same level of popularity and fame and coverage that Beyonce and Jay-Z were getting at the time. Yeah.
Yep.
That's a really good prediction, man.
We'll see.
I kind of like the idea of Tom Cruise and whatever wife he has right now showing up. Um,
He might. But I've noticed Tom Cruise here lately has been non-political.
dude, Veep Tom Cruise would be incredible, though.
Yeah, that would be. He like jumping on desk and stuff. Then the Scientology would be in charge of things.
That would be so weird. That would be so weird. All right, I am pulling up the conspiracy theory now.
Hit me.
All right,
Hit me.
it's real simple. It's nothing quick. Real simple. I want to give you the definition of a deep state, real quick.
Okay.
An alleged secret network of especially non-elected government officials and sometimes private entities, as in the financial services and defense industries, operating extra legally to influence and enact government policy. Does that sound about right to you?
Yeah.
Make sense, right? Everybody's got that. All of our listeners got that out there.
They got it.
Is it real? Is the deep state a real, organized, alleged secret network?
I don't think it's secret. I think it's the bureaucrats that are just trying to keep their jobs. You know, at a lot of corporate level jobs, higher than blue collar, or higher than the actual person putting the wheel on the truck, let's say. There's a lot of people that are just answering emails all day trying to come up with ways to make things better,
Sure,
according to their boss.
that's true. That's
So-
true. So you think
Yeah.
it is there?
Yeah, I think it is.
Do you think
there.
it's a coordinated, planned thing, or is it just people trying to keep their jobs?
The coordinated part of it is the evil nature of man. Does that make sense?
And that, yeah,
Where
yeah,
there's
sure.
no light, where there's darkness without light, kind of thing.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
there's no light there. So the evil nature takes over.
Yeah, they're
So it's
just kind of in this black hole. They're just in this.
They're just in their evil nature of man,
Yeah,
trying to survive.
right. Do you want to allege any specific organizations, financial institutions, or anything? Do you think it's like I don't maybe not necessarily name names, but do you think like the banks are involved, like the Federal Reserve? Do you think
Yes.
all the FBI is part of it, the CIA is part of it? Like, do you think all of these things are part of it? The defense contractors,
Let me put it to you like this:
not just politicians, is what I'm saying.
not just politicians, not just corporate, not just America. Kings and queens, rulers, all this stuff,
Yeah,
because they're not acknowledging that there's one God, that they're all working outside of the light.
right.
You see what I'm trying to say?
Yeah,
It's Ephesians 6, man.
yeah.
It's not principalities that we're fighting against. It's the battle of the spirit
Right.
is what all this is. That is the battle of the spirit. So the deep state, saying that there's a deep state, is the politically correct way that they can't figure out another way to say that they're fighting the forces of evil because they don't realize what they're fighting. They don't know what they're doing.
Yeah,
Okay, does that make sense?
Sure.
I mean, it's already all spelled out.
Yes. So you think it is that kind of classic, though, good versus evil battle?
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, and none of us are good,
Yeah.
is what I'm saying.
Mm.
You know, you hear what you feel me?
That's a sad thing
I'm
to
trying
think
not to
about.
preach, is what I'm trying not to do. I'm trying not
Yeah,
to
that's a sad
turn
thing
it
to think
into a
about.
sermon and pull up chapter and verse and tell you,
No, I get
I'm,
it. I'm willing to admit fault, and I agree with you. Like, we're mostly, as a whole entire population, a cesspool, yes,
yeah,
of disgusting people,
yeah, we're
right?
all part of the deep state,
Yeah.
and
Ooh.
we're all part of what's running everything in the ground because we're outside of Christ, as a preacher would say.
Hmm.
We ain't nothing. We're all bad guys, all bad guys.
Yeah. Yeah.
So the way I look at it, and it's really got me to where I'm a whole lot more chill out about politics because I
Hmm.
look at it now as it don't matter.
Mm.
It don't
And that,
it don't matter in the big game.
so that kind of brings me to my last question for you before we sign off here.
Okay.
You and we may have talked about this. You and I can both agree that our political system here in America is corrupt. Um,
Mm-hmm.
right? That's what this whole, almost this whole
And
show has been about. Different forms of corruption, different types of corruption,
yeah,
right?
yeah,
On both sides, all around, over, under, left, right, you name it.
yep.
Um, is us voting the same as us saying we are complicit in the corruption?
It could be.
Like, we are agreeing with this corrupt system. Like, that's our way of agreeing with the system.
I think so. If you look at it like that, but at the same time, we don't know not to not vote. We've been ingrained in us.
Sure.
So
Right. I look at this because I keep getting back to the same approach personally for every election, which is I'm tired of voting for the lesser of two evils.
right.
You feel me? Like
So the
like you
only
said,
way,
we're all evil.
yeah,
And I'm tired of voting for the lesser of two evils, right? And
yeah,
we need more options, and we need a better system set up. We need a less corrupt system set up.
yeah.
I don't know how to do that. I'm not that smart. I
Well,
wish I did.
they keep telling us
And
that
I
we can.
get that. Look, there's this saying that any old fool can knock down a barn, but it takes a carpenter to rebuild it, right?
Yeah,
So I'm not trying to be the jerk who comes down and knocks down the barn without a way to rebuild it.
right.
I'm just saying it is a corrupt system.
Well, they keep telling us we can. It's 5 o'clock. They keep telling us we can vote our way out of it, but it don't seem like we can.
Voting for the people who get corrupted by the same entities and forces that are
Mm-hmm.
behind this deep state we've just been talking about. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Like, the
Yeah.
only reason these people get close to that point of being electable is by being influenced by
Mm-hmm.
these
Being
corporations.
influenced and being influencers.
That's correct. And that even goes for the independent party. I love the independent party, but even they have forces behind them.
Yep. You ready for the meme?
I am.
I might have already sent you this week, but you're getting it again.
You have not sent this to me. Bro was
Okay.
inches away from becoming the real life Batman. Oh, dude. I never
his
thought of
IQ,
that.
with his IQ, Byron Trump is a pretty smart dude.
Whoa.
They have
That's a
been,
cool meme.
yeah. Today they have been ripping the FBI director apart. I don't think we need to go into that too much because you can go find all that out yourself.
Yeah. And
She
it
don't
might
even have,
unravel some things that we talk about next week.
yeah.
Who
So,
knows? It seems like in this season, one decision leads to another decision, leads to one
yes.
thing, and everything's just snowballing. So we'll
Tired
see
of
how it
living in
goes next
history.
week.
Tired of living in history.
I hear you, man. Me too. Thanks for tuning in, Night Shifters. That's episode 154 in the books.
See you, brother.